So some yandere. Are you? What are you doing here? Yeah, I'm your new roommate. Get a roommate. Got it spelled. Oh, good. I want you to listen to the song. Yes, sir. Do you smoke weed? Yeah, I do. Just enjoying the smoke. Thanks. You're welcome. I cry this song. I know. Who's your senpai? You? For a senpai. Oh, that's cute. I know. Love you. Love you too, yandere.
We're leaving again, so they left the house again. So my aunt was telling her neighbor at the time about what had happened and what Genesis said she saw, and her neighbor told her that a little girl had actually died in that complex 15 years earlier. They moved out like 6 months later. I was maybe like 7 when my cousin told me that story, and I remember being like, yeah, I'm not visiting you guys ever again. I was actually talking to my cousin Genesis about this recently over the holidays, and she said that she actually used to play with that little girl a lot. So I guess that little girl like wasn't always scary to her. I guess maybe it was just that one time she just like didn't want to play with her. This is part of the reason why I don't want kids. Because if my kid started like talking to nobody, I'd be like, nope, I'm out. Have you heard of the black-eyed children? It's not an early 2000s cover band consisting of infants. It's a phenomenon that's been increasing in popularity over the past few years. The basic story is always the same. You're in your house, and then in the middle of the night you hear a knock on your door. And if you open the door, you'll see 2 young children with completely black eyes. They'll ask if they can come in, and whatever you do, don't let them in. Whether they actually exist or not, this is the creepiest encounter that I found online. This woman made the mistake of letting the black-eyed children in. This is what happened. So this woman and her husband lived to a really loud banging.
Oh, I'll be in there in a minute. Okay, cool. Guess let's go to bed. Wake up in the morning. Okay, so mine is all the way up top. Not here, but here. Oh shit. Here we are. Good morning. Why didn't you wake me up? Because you're so cute. And you're sweet. Oh, okay, good. I'll meet you down there. Oh, good, what's your time? Okay, 9 AM. So the first break already been. Okay, all good. Since I got that dome, I've been swooping in for some reason. I don't know why, but hey, I like it. Nice swoop in. Let's go back. Let's go back there and smoke some weed. Oh, it's YouTube.
On the door. So they open the door and they see a young boy and a young girl, and they're definitely not appropriately dressed for the snow. They're avoiding eye contact and just staring at the ground. There was something really uneasy about these kids. And so they asked them, "Where are your parents?" "They'll be here soon. Can we come in?" So this woman and her husband just looked at each other, and despite all of their instincts telling them not to, they decided to let the children in. So the woman went into the kitchen to make everyone some hot cocoa, and her husband went into the living room and was sitting there with the kids and trying to get more information out of them. And that's when she noticed her cat was acting really weird. Usually her cat is really friendly and likes to approach any guests that come into the house. But this time, he just hid underneath the kitchen table and was staring at the children and growling very lowly. So the woman took the hot cocoa and went into the living room, and she noticed that her husband had his head in his hands. "I feel really dizzy." The woman went to hand the cocoa to the children, and that's when they looked up at her for the first time. Their eyes were completely black. No white, just black. "Maybe use the restroom?" And the kids left for the hallway. The woman turned to her husband and said, "Did you see their eyes?" Her husband lifted his head up, and his nose was bleeding. Just then, the power went out. She couldn't help but think that the presence of these children had something to do with this. And so the woman stumbled her way over to the bathroom to see if she could get a tissue.
Yeah.
And the two children were just standing there in the hallway.
You're welcome.
"Our parents are here." So the kids went to the front door, left it wide open, and the woman saw these two really tall men in dark suits standing at the edge of their driveway. The woman waved at them, but they didn't react at all and went in their car, and all four of them drove away. The power came back on about half an hour later, but not everything went back to normal. A few days later, 3 of their 4 cats went missing, and one night they came home to find their cat dead in a puddle of its own blood. Her husband continued to have nosebleeds, and when he went to the doctor, he was diagnosed with a very aggressive type of skin cancer, a type that's linked to overuse of indoor tanning beds, which he's never used. She also claims that she started getting nosebleeds and feeling really dizzy randomly, and even some unspeakable things that she refused to disclose in her story. So this is another story from my cousin, because she's the worst. She was about 16, and she was over at a friend's house for a slumber party. And her friend has a collection of really expensive porcelain dolls, like all along the shelves. She also had a Ouija board, and she really wanted to try it out that night. So
Yeah, whatever. Next. Okay, so no. 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 Not that. Why not? Give me a second. I'll do this one.
Oh, there's another one. Kill it. Get it. Get him. Yeah. Okay.
Yandere High School. Even though this is Yandere High School, there's a series called Yandere High School. So this is based in my school.
What is Salix? I don't know. Oh. Give me some Salix. Wait. Oh my god. Get out of here, minions. Minions, get out of here. God. Oh. Get out of here, minions. Get out of here. God, y'all minions are so annoying. Out of here. Alright. Hi, yes, hi. Is there any business opportunity? A business opportunity? Hey, get out of here. Yeah. Slur? Yeah, he likes the sugar. He likes the sugar slur. Get out of here. I don't even know why I have some. There's more sugar all the way over there. Promise. Don't lie. Okay. Here's my business opportunity. I'm willing to hear you out. Yes. If you be my friend, I will pay for everything you want.
Gonna come meet my dad? I guess so.
God damn it, minions, go back
Let's
to the movie.
push it. And you can show me where your dad is. Yep, done. Let's go. Done. Here we are. It's down here. Nice. It's here. This is it here. Nice. Hey Dad. Hey Dodo. Who's this? Dad, this is my... Okay, so... Yeah. She said, just give him a minute. Oh, well, talk to my daughter for a second. So I let him talk to his daughter for a second.
One, go. What the? Oh, she came so fast. Oh my god. He just like laughed us. Wait, he's cut a corner. He just cut a corner.
Hey, my dad will talk to you. Yeah, so. Can you tell him, do you mind if I smoke a weed in there? He doesn't care. Cool. Okay, now, listen. How about this? Since your dad is in my daughter, may as well give you a job in the mafia. I guess so. Cool. Give me your number and I'll call you when there's a job to do. Okay. Here's my number. Thanks. Sure. So how was it? Good? That's good. What did they say? Since I'm dead new, I may as well join the mafia and he will call me when there's jobs to do. Cool. Yep. want to stay here or go back to school. Stay here, fair enough. Turn on YouTube.
I'm stuck in the net. How did you? I went too fast.
You cut the corners.
Oh.
See, wait, I have to make it over here and I win.
Huh.
I made a full lap.
Wait, I can't. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the. I'm stuck in the net.
I win.
I'm stuck in the net.
I win.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, I win. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think. Or
Wait, no, I think you won.
Nah, I did win, because I made it for you. You got stuck in the lips. Haha.
Those aren't webs. That's a soccer net.
Yeah, see?
I wanna.
Literally says I win. That means I win. Oh, wait. Gym teacher won.
Joe.
Yeah, right.
Come over here. Come to the playground.
Oh.
There's a little.
Now jumping kin test? Oh, jumping contest.
test?
That's a contest. Okay, how do we, what's this, just gonna jump? Is that it?
I can jump. You did it.
Can you guys, I wanna see this.
Everyone
See, look at them all.